Hi guys, this is the last postcard. I'm about to head back to the tunnel. Been an amazing 2 weeks, but I've come to Dunkirk. If you can see that in the background, right over there, you might be able to see it. See just that tower just there, that's the pier or the jetty from which the British Expeditionary Forces managed this retreat. I'm just on the front, and there's one of the monuments to commemorate the success of the escape. Essentially of 230,000, 20,000 British troops and 120,000 French, only 80,000 were captured. Now, one of the things that's gone on in history is that Hitler's been criticised for allegedly giving a halt order, and it actually wasn't him. It was actually one of his generals, the tank generals, and it was for very good reasons, which was around 23rd, 24th of May was a halt order to allow the supply lines to catch up. Guderian, who turns out to be one of the greatest tank generals in history of any nation, and his colleagues had trapped the British and the French in this part of France. And it was perfectly reasonable for them to think that they had them trapped and they were fully trapped. So Hitler agreed to pause. It was the right thing to do militarily. And then Goering was then going to send in a Luftwaffe to bomb the British into submission and surrender, which would have been entirely reasonable. So in my opinion, from all the things I've read, that was a right choice. And why am I talking about this now? Well, why I'm talking about this now is the importance at this stage of the cycle of focusing on the right information. We're all thinking about the boom bust in 2026, that it's going to have the peak and then the crash is going to come, and we just have to focus on the information. We have to be open to things being different. For example, there is a very small chance that this cycle could run in America at the very least until 2029. Very small chance, but possible. There is also much more likely it's going to go around 20. You have the peak in 26, and then we're down from 27 onwards, and that's that. Now, one of the things to remember is that if you get caught in the winner's curse phase, then you really are trapped, and the chance of a full escape is practically zero. Now, what should have happened for Hitler was not to stop the halt order, to pause, to give them chance to get the tanks and everything all together, supply lines back up to speed. They did that in a few days and they were good to go, but they paused because they just didn't believe that the Brits could escape. What they should have done was continued with the information gathering and to see what was emerging. And all this crazy idea of these little vessels coming over, or the pace of escape that the Brits and the French managed to deliver in this extraordinary situation, then they should have acted again, and then they should have pushed the tanks in and gone for it, because what they didn't do was focus on the information that was available at the time, and instead of thinking about what should or can't possibly happen, then that's what they should have gone for. And that's what we need to be doing, is looking at all the information and going with what is there and what is actually happening. So that's my last check-in on this particular tour. It's been great fun catching up with you all. So I'll see you again, and I'll send you a postcard from London. Bye guys.